Peace, family. My name is Brother Desmond X, and today I'll be formally announcing and highlighting some of my favorite chapters out of my newest book, my second book, The Year of the Bowtie. So the Year of the Bowtie symbolizes not only the most impactful thing for me last year was for me to formally put on the bow tie and formally registering as a fruit of Islam in the Nation of Islam. However, the Year of the Bowtie is not centered around any religious concepts for those who may think so. The Year of the Bowtie is most importantly a comprehensive book of the most impactful pillars of last year as stepping stones I used to develop my mindset to the today me. And those things I highlighted in this book because they are what most impacted me towards this moment of growth. And I talk about so many different various things in this book, family. And it's, mind you, it is my favorite project, and it's probably gonna be my favorite even after I produce more and more books, because this year was so big and impactful to me that I am so beside myself when I say this is the Year of the Bowtie. It's my favorite year. So some of the other topics that I mentioned in the Year of the Bowtie is self-love, mastering of my masculinity, spiritual and physical development, things that I've learned from my mentors, knowing that I need love, strength in my prayer, needing therapy, my perception of me, watering my spiritual garden, how I view love, and certain mindsets I have towards relationships, understanding the value of real pleasure that comes from within, hope from my culture, the development of a young black man, the war between God and Satan for hearts and mind, givings and the takings of the men. I mentioned as well being a young black man who's conflicted with also being in the U.S. military and being a black conscious young black man at that, and how those two compare and contrast with one another. I put it all in this book, family. So the Year of the Bowtie, that title is very peculiar. You know, I've heard this concept a while back that the suit may come off, but never the ties to it. So once I put on this bow tie, it is something in my mind that can never, leave me. So the bow tie represents as well is the mantle that we uphold. It's our flag. So I will never let my flag drop. Even if I'm not wearing the bow tie today, I'm still wearing it in my mind. If you can grasp what I'm saying, you can pick up what I'm laying down, you understand me? For those who may not know, as Muslims, we perform a shahada, and a shahada is a formal proclamation of our faith to the Almighty One God, Allah. So the shahada, as my mindset is, I look at the shahada and the bow tie with one another. The suit may come off, but never the ties to it. I signed a contract with God as my shahada. See, in the nation, we don't just profess our shahada with our words. We proclaim it, writing it down, and we have an actual process that I won't go too in depth about. But it is, some may look at it as a contract with God. You have to remind yourself, you performed the shahada. So, you may wear different clothes, go different places, speak amongst different people, do different things, but you have to keep in your mindset that you've made this formal commitment. Some of the chapters I would like to highlight today as some of my favorite ones that I've been getting so much feedback from is Real Pleasure, first and foremost. Real Pleasure was one of my favorite chapters because as a young black man in today's culture, a lot of us are searching for love, and a lot of us are not having love. A lot of us are searching for love in different places, sometimes the wrong place. And so the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan had taught in a lecture, one of my favorite first lectures I've ever seen the man, about real pleasure. He had taught that real pleasure was never meant to come from a woman. Women give men pleasure, but real pleasure comes from creative thinking and seeing what you think come into reality by the work of your hands. And that is real pleasure. So I basically went in depth about how that chapter impacted me. And in all of these chapters, I quote where the inspiration came from, and then I put it in poetry. Another big, very, very monumental chapter is titled Poverty is the Newest Draft. There was a brother by the name of Brother Kwame Toure that I had been introduced to by one of my friends on campus. And she had told me about when the brother had said that poverty is the newest draft. And we were speaking about being in the military as well as being a black conscious man. And I had told her about how it conflicted with myself, and I had to just deal with it. And oftentimes people think that sometimes, since there's so many black people in the military, that we are we shall see.